It's Megan and Tim Ludwig, who are, at least Megan I know, listens to our podcast, and I am right now sitting at her kitchen table in or near Portland, Oregon.
Woo, Portland!
Yeah, and she took Nico out to some water park or something so we could podcast.
Oh, fun!
Yeah.
Well,
so, thank you
to Megan.
Yeah. And in this episode, we have a pretty big episode today. We're going to be covering our top 5 objects or things or whatever from movies or TV shows that we would actually want in the real world.
Yep.
Which I'm totally excited about.
Me too. It was so fun making that list.
Yeah, and the listeners had a bunch of good ideas too. I made sure not to read anybody else's ideas before I made my list because I didn't want it to taint it. Or to steal other people's ideas. But there were some good ones there. I also have this, I've been wanting to cover my thoughts about how you've been saying there's too many bad guy groups in Walking Dead.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, so we'll have a discussion about that.
Bring it, pal.
And then we're going to be covering the Jim Jarmusch. How do you say his name?
Jim Jarmusch. You got it right.
Jim Jarmusch indie film Only Lovers Left Alive with Tom Hiddleston and Tilda Swinton.
A vampire movie.
Movie, sort of. At least superficially.
Right.
But I'll just let you know that I really liked it. So
yay!
Before we get going. But first,
obvious threat to untold numbers of citizens.
The people it kills get up and kill.
Are they slow moving, Chief?
Yeah, they're dead. They're all messed up.
This is a Walking Dead Cast news update.
Okay, so this is news. Some of the news is about Walking Dead. Some of it's about zombie stuff and just sort of related stuff. First off, I know, Karen, you're not going to care about this, but they announced Resident Evil 7. And Resident Evil, like a long time ago when we did our top 5 zombie properties that could be movies or games or anything, I think Resident Evil 2 was my top one.
Wow.
Because it makes you feel like you're in the zombie apocalypse and playing it and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the Resident Evil game, it's a Japanese game development company that made it, but they loved George Romero, so they just kind of wanted to make you feel like you were in Night of the Living Dead or something. Then the Resident Evil games have been getting so popular over the years that they've changed from being scary to being more action oriented. And they suck.
Oh.
And number 6 was like, I don't know, a Bruce Willis movie or something. I didn't even play it, but the fans are not happy. And so for Resident Evil 7, they just came out with a demo and it looks way like they made a hard left turn. It looks like that PT game I used to talk about that scared the hell out of me.
Yes.
It looks like that.
Ooh.
It's first person and you're walking through this really just eerie house with, like, I don't know, you'll see a little girl up the stairs for a second that looks kind of half eaten and then she's gone and stuff like that. So then you end up like crawling underneath the house to find something and you get locked in and it's dark and you can barely see anything. And it's also going to have a virtual reality version, which I probably won't play because I don't want to have a heart attack.
Could you could use like your Oculus Rift?
Well, I don't have that anymore, but I pre-ordered a PlayStation VR, and just for the hell of it, I went to Best Buy because they were having like a demo and tried it out the other day, and it was awesome.
Oh, that's so great.
Yeah. But anyway, I'm stoked about Resident Evil 7. You guys out there who are fans, I'm curious to know what you think about this new demo that came out. The game's coming out next January, and I can't wait to try it out.
That's great. Yay.
Next, AMC announced its lineup for San Diego Comic-Con 2016 coming up in July. The Walking Dead panel will be huge as usual. It's on July 22nd. It's moderated by, guess who? Me! No, just kidding.
Chris Hardwick.
Yep. And it's going to have Andrew Lincoln, Norman Reedus, Stephen Yeun, Lauren Cohan, Denai Guerrero, Chandler Riggs, Michael Cudlitz, Sonequa Martin Green, Christian Serratos, Ross Marquand, Jeffrey Dean Morgan, Josh McDermott, Scott Gimple, Kirkman, Galen Hurd, David Alpert, and Greg Nicotero.
Holy crap!
How are they going to fit?
I know. and everyone's going to be able to say about 2 words.
I know. And one of those people probably had their head caved in by Negan.
So we'll be able to see then who it is, right?
Yeah,
because they'll have a
'cause-
giant bash on their head.
Big concave head.
Right.
They'll be all acting nonchalant about it. What?
Yeah, they're gonna have to play like they don't know, and
Yeah.
by then they'll definitely know. Obviously, right? 'Cause
Yeah,
they're
everybody
filming
knows now. Yeah, everybody knows. Or at least if they're trying to hide it from the cast, they'll be like, why is Michael Cudlitz hanging around, but he hasn't filmed any scenes?
Do you know for sure?
No, I don't.
Good.
I don't know. And I'm glad I don't know. But
Yeah.
my suspicion is I've kind of had the same suspicion for a few weeks that it's Abraham.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Uh,
Even though I hope it's Glenn. As sad as that is. All right. So then there's also a Fear the Walking Dead panel, also moderated by Chris Hardwick, of course. And
Yep.
it's got the whole cast, Kim Dickens, Cliff Curtis, Alicia Debnam Carey, Frank Delane, Lorenzo James Henry, Mercedes Mason, Coleman Domingo, and a new cast member, Danae Garcia, who's this really cute girl, and David Erickson, the showrunner, and Kirkman, and Nicotero.
Kirkman and Nicotero all over that Comic-Con.
Yeah, well, they've got so many things going on. Kirkman, too. He has Outcast.
Uh-huh. And they've also got the Escape thing going on next door, right?
Oh, no, they don't have it this year. At least not that we're doing. I don't know if they're doing that again this year.
Maybe
actually.
because it's at Disneyland. Isn't it at Disneyland? Is
At
that or is it
Universal.
Universal Studios?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Because it's there, maybe they haven't bothered to do it.
Yeah, I don't know for sure. But speaking of that, the new Universal Studios Walking Dead attraction opens this Monday, July 4th, to the public. And they worked with Nicotero and other Walking Dead team members to make the zombies look awesome for it. Nicotero said, quote, after 6 years of working on The Walking Dead, we have this great opportunity to take The Walking Dead out of the studio, off the soundstage, and into this amazing and truly one-of-a-kind attraction. Guests can now come face-to-face with live and animatronic walkers that are indiscernible from the walkers from the show.
Yay!
Yay!
That's so great. So I have a question for you. When we're in LA in September for
yeah.
Now remember, David can
You
get
don't even have to finish that sentence.
the
No.
answer. The answer is yes, because
Yes.
remember, NBC is a Universal company. They own
So
Universal.
David can hook us all up. You, me, and all our listeners.
Well,
Okay, you guys. All 30,000.
you and me.
Yes, that's awesome, man. I didn't even think about that.
Are you
but-
in?
So Karen's talking about we're going down to LA in September because Michael Giacchino, the composer for Lost, is doing a Lost concert. We have to go back. Yeah, that's going to be fun.
Yeah, we have to go back. We have to go back.
Let's see, where was I? Oh, there's also going to be a preacher panel at Comic-Con. Have you been watching that at all?
Is it good?
It's pretty crazy. Yeah. I mean, I think you might like it. It's a bit chaotic and random, but it's got style and a sense of humor, and it's really artistically done, but it's also super violent. It's funny though. I think you might actually like it.
Yeah.
It's-
I mean, Ash versus Evil Dead, kind of funny and super violent.
Yeah, it's in that direction. It's not quite as zany as that, but
Right.
It's in that direction. And there's this great Irish bloke of a vampire that's the best character on the show. Kind of a hipster Irish vampire.
Hey, did you see What We Do in the Shadows?
Yes,
It's
loved it.
so great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That director, he's doing something big coming up.
Yes,
Maybe
he
it's,
is.
Is it Doctor Strange?
I can't remember.
I don't remember, but it's something big. Anyway, I'll look that up later. So next, I saw Cell, the adaptation of Stephen King's 2005 novel.
Yeah?
That I liked a lot. And the movie on Rotten Tomatoes, as of now, has a 0%.
What?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't know what happened with this movie, but it does feel like very low budget, and people were sort of, I don't know, not trying too hard or something. But I have to say, I liked it way better than a 0. I would give it 3.5 stars, 3.5 gags.
pretty
Yeah.
high.
I mean, there's some good, because, the story is everything's going along fine, and suddenly anyone who's on a cell phone turns into this raving lunatic,
Yes, right.
cannibalistic and insane, and kind of zombie-like, but they're kind of crazy. Like they'll just start laughing for no reason and stuff. And watching that on screen, for me, I have this thing about these kinds of things where I'm like, wow, that's crazy. I kind of dug it, even though it had a lot of flaws. If you're a big zombie fan like me, I think you might enjoy it if you went in with really low expectations like I did.
Yeah.
It's got John Cusack and Samuel Jackson in it.
Oh, yeah. 2 actors I love.
Yeah. So I would say smoke a bowl and watch that. You'll be good.
Which you can do because you're in Oregon.
I'm in Oregon, right? Nobody can come after me for saying that.
No.
Even though I don't smoke pot. Let's see. So Norman Reedus loves Game of Thrones, and he had some thoughts about season 6. He said, "Season was so fucking good. Love this show. That finale."
Really? He
That's
said
pretty
that?
much it. Yeah. I think he tweeted it. But I saw he Instagrammed a couple of pictures, one with him and Maisie Williams, who plays Arya, and one with him and Sophie Turner, who played Sansa, and they both just look like typical pictures of him and his adoring fangirls.
Right. They would. Yes. I swear to God, if you don't think that his magic can rub off on you, all you have to do is be in his presence, and all of a sudden you are jello.
I can totally corroborate that.
Yep. He's got charisma, man.
Yeah. He barely has to do anything.
Right. Yeah. Come over here, baby. Okay.
Exactly. Yeah. All he had to do for me was just look at me when I was asking the question and then think about it for a second and give a thoughtful answer. And I'm like, you're the best. But I also have to say, both times I interviewed him, when I said something that he thought was stupid, he kind of gave me a little dig for it, which I guess that's what I mean. I guess I would respect him less if he didn't. I don't know. All right. Next. AMC. Oh, speaking of Preacher, AMC's renewed Preacher for a second season, this time with 13 episodes instead of 10. For all you Preacher fans.
I'm going to watch that.
Yeah, I think you should watch the first episode,
Okay.
you and David, and
I'll
see
do
what
it.
you think. Starting on Sunday, July 3rd, if you are hearing this in time, AMC will broadcast Walking Dead Season 1 in full in black and white.
Oh, they did that before, right?
Did they do the whole season or just one episode, maybe?
Oh,
I don't
no, you're right.
remember.
It was just one episode.
I guess. Anyway, then each weekend after that, they're going to play the next subsequent season up through 6.
Oh, that's really cool. But only the first season in black and white?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's great. Good.
Yeah. So get on it, people.
Set your VCRs, man.
Next, what's a VCR? I remember hearing about that. Chad L. Coleman, who played Tyrese, has been cast in Arrow for season 5. He's playing the role of Tobias Church, who's described as an imposing gangster looking to unite the various criminal enterprises in Star City under his own singular command.
What? Have you seen it?
Yeah, I'm not really that into it.
I like
But-
Chad Coleman, though.
I hope no one who works at FanFest hears me say that. Like Stephen Amell. They should probably get a clue when I always get other people to moderate the Arrow
Moderate
panels.
this panel.
Oh, I mean, because I just don't know anything about it,
Yeah.
I don't want to.
Hey, we only have so many hours in a day, right?
I know. Yeah, there's
There's a lot of good
4
stuff on.
seasons. There's like 80 episodes of that.
Right. And I could tell you about 5 different shows that I'm kind of half watching right now that are all really great. So there's only so many hours in a day, man.
I've been binging Justified, and it's fantastic.
Justified.
Yeah, and one of the showrunners, the showrunner of that, is one of the executive producers for The Americans. So he's associated with some good TV.
Have you been watching The Americans yet?
Not yet, but I will.
Drive me crazy, man.
Well, it's on my list, like we say, because I also need to catch up on Orange is the New Black, which just came out.
I'm on episode 3.
Yeah, but I want to get through. I think I want to get through Justified first, just because I feel like I'm on a roll with it.
Yeah,
It's like-
exactly.
The potato chip bag is halfway done.
Right. Finish that up, man.
Yeah. So then let's see, another Norman Reedus thing. He revealed during a recent appearance on Conan that Conan that Daryl was originally supposed to ride a horse instead of a motorcycle.
Huh.
Walking Dead.
I like the fact that he's on a motorcycle.
Yeah. Yeah, he seems like a motorcycle guy. He thought so too, apparently, because he said, I saw it written and I'm kind of afraid of horses with their big eyeballs and they could smell your fear and all that stuff.
Their big eyeballs.
I can see him like looking over sideways at him. His big eyeballs.
Now that he mentions it, I've never thought about that before. They do have large eyeballs.
Tim and Megan have this big backyard, and way over in the corner they have 2 gnomes. There's a girl and a guy, but they're skeleton gnomes.
Yeah.
And they have a skeleton dog, and Nico kept looking over there, and he didn't want to sit on the side of the table closest to them.
I know how you feel, Nico.
They were freaking him out.
I've felt that way many times.
And then I picked him up and I'm like, let's walk over and take a look, okay? And he's like, okay. And we got about halfway there and he goes, that's close enough. So,
Aww. They
All right.
only come at come alive at night, Nico.
right.
So.
So, and we do have to keep the window open because it's hot. but
Yes.
I'm sure they'll get to Tim and Megan before they get to us.
Sure.
So lastly, this is just a little spoilery about next season. So if you don't want to hear about new characters, move on to the next section. So TV Line is reporting that 2 new characters are set to join The Walking Dead for its 7th season. They said Naomi is a grandmotherly type who, having lost so many loved ones, is now willing to do whatever it takes not to have to bury anymore.
Well, sorry, Naomi, you're going to have to bury at least one more. But
Right. You're not going to be saving everybody on the show. Maybe
Nice.
Naomi's going to
Nice try, Naomi.
prevent any more deaths. And then on the flip side is Jenny, a sunny side up kind of teenager, kind of with a world weary toughness. How could she be sunny side up and world weary?
Yeah, that's a delicate balance there. Good luck, Jenny.
I guess you're kind of like that
Thanks.
sometimes.
Well, a little world weary, but kind of sunny side up. Thanks.
Yeah, you're more sunny side up, I would say, though.
No. At work, I'm more world weary. On the
Really?
weekends, sunny side up.
You can just flip it
Yep.
around like
Yep.
that.
Yep.
That's a good skill. All right, that's it for the news. Now it's time to talk about our first sponsor. So when we first started seeking out advertisers, however long that was ago, 10 years ago, whatever, there were 2 that I tried to get because I used and liked their products. One was Fracture, who you've heard us talk about a lot, and we've been proudly advertising for them ever since. But now we finally got the second one, and so I can say their name, and it is NatureBox.
Yeah, Nature Box.
What do you think? Well, let me say what it is first. So if you're tired of eating the same bland food while trying to stay healthy, trying to eat healthier doesn't mean you have to stick to the same boring food. Sometimes you retreat to just the same things that you know are healthy. But NatureBox makes over 100 snacks for that. So you get to choose what snacks you want, and they're delivered right to you.
And they're so good.
Yeah.
So I got my Nature Box, and I got the peanut butter nom noms, the oatmeal blueberry
I got
cups.
that too.
I love the peanut butter nom noms; they're great. Sea salt, chickpeas, lentil chips. They're all amazing. They're healthy, and they're delicious. And you know, the most difficult part for me for this whole process is simply picking and narrowing down the choices because everything looks so good.
I know.
I had the
know.
hardest time choosing.
Yeah, but I'm a novelty seeker. So here's the thing I love about NatureBox is once you use it for a while, you get your favorites, and then you can decide how many snacks you want each time and how often you want them. But let's say I get 5, then I pick 1 or 2 that I know I like, one favorite, and maybe 1 or 2 more that I know I'm going to like because it's chocolate or something. And then I can feel more adventurous with the other ones. Maybe pick some that I'm not sure I like, or just, something crazy that I've never tried before. And so you get a real variety. But my favorite, so this last time I got my very favorite Sriracha roasted cashews.
I did not
love those.
Are they good?
Yes,
Oh,
they're kind of rich but spicy, which I love. Then I got coffee kettle popcorn, which has everything I love in one little kernel.
Yum.
And they're like encrusted with a sweet coffee crunch, and then some of them are just plain. Yeah. Then I also got, you won't like this, but teriyaki beef jerky, which has teriyaki, wine, onion, Worcestershire, and a bunch of other stuff. I got the probiotic power mix because I wanted to go a little bit healthier. And so that has cranberries, apples, Greek style yogurt, apricots, and a blend of nuts and seeds. And then I got the peanut butter nom noms, which are really good. So all the snacks are made with simple, real ingredients, no artificial colors, flavors, or sweeteners, things you can feel good about eating. And as you heard, they're not all like health food. There's a wide variety, and you can choose some of the more decadent ones or some of the ones that are completely health foody kind of things.
Yep.
But they're all made with good ingredients, and they're always adding new and interesting snacks every month. And as I said, they're flexible, so you can choose how many you want each time and at what frequency. And something special about NatureBox that you can't do with other snacks is that they believe you shouldn't eat something you don't like. So if you try one and you don't like it, they'll replace it in your next box for free.
Which is
awesome. Yeah, and I have never not liked one. And I'm not the kind of person that can lie about that just to take advantage, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
So I would never do that. But there's never been one that I've been like, no, I don't like this. So if you go to naturebox.com/deadcast, you get 2 bags of snacks for free. And that's the offer that they're giving to our listeners. So that's naturebox.com/deadcast. Go there right now. Get 2 bags of delicious snacks without any of the junk for free.
Woo. Thanks, NatureBox.
Yeah.
Attention shoppers. Deadcast Top 5 in 5, 4, 3, 2.
All right. It's our Deadcast Top 5 this week. It's top 5 things from movies or TV that we would want. So,
which is I'm so happy that this topic happened. How did you think of this topic?
So Michael Darwin came up with the idea of top 5 props, but I thought, well, instead of props, how about like the actual real objects?
Yeah,
that would work. Because I do have some props, which are awesome, but this is really fun. So my first thought, you're not really into the Marvel movies, right?
A little, not much.
A little bit. If you watch all the Marvel movies, you realize that they're actually putting together a huge story about these. They're called Infinity Stones, and there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Infinity Stones. 4 of them so far have shown up in different movies, Marvel movies, and in the comics, they all get brought together, and one villain controls them all. But what they do, they have immense power, and my first thought was I would get one of those. There's the Space Stone that lets you open doors to anywhere, and it's an energy source. There's the Mind Stone that lets you put people under your spell and create artificial intelligences. There's the Reality Stone that I think could change reality. It's not too clear. And the Power Stone. But the thing is, in most of the movies, when any person who's not an incredibly powerful being touches one of these, they just like get vaporized on contact.
Right.
So I'm like, I don't think that would be too cool. Just really thinking about it. Like sometimes your first thought, you're like, well, what if I really had that? I don't think it would go so well.
Well, was that in Guardians of the Galaxy?
One of them was, yeah. Mm-hmm. That purple thing. Yeah, that was the Power Stone. So it can destroy an entire planet. And yeah, it took a bunch of people holding onto that so that they didn't die. But when that one girl grabbed it, she just went up like a burnt piece of paper.
So I'm calling good decision on not opting for that stone.
Yeah. But, okay, let's just get into the ones we did pick. So why don't you go first?
That was the whole thing about why you didn't pick that.
Yeah.
That's hilarious. And okay, great. I'll go first. My number one, which was the obvious choice, and it's really funny too because I told David the topic and I said, David, guess what my number one was? And he said the thing that comes to mind is you wanted a TARDIS, didn't you? And I said, yeah, I wanted a TARDIS. Of course I wanted a TARDIS.
Of course.
Who doesn't want to go backwards or forwards
Or anywhere in space.
or anywhere in space? Yeah, it's the coolest thing ever. Plus, it's, I have to say, my very, very favorite metaphor for people and for our hearts, which is that we're much bigger
On the inside.
on the inside. We're bigger than we know. Which is
Everyone,
really, really
aren't
sweet.
some people smaller on the inside? I don't know.
Yeah, but most of us have much more room in our hearts than we even know.
Yeah.
And also, I think it's much superior to like a DeLorean car from Back to the Future because those ones seemed a little problematic. And I think it's also better than the phone booth from Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. So there it is, the TARDIS.
Whenever we go into an elevator, Nico and I, he has to pretend it's the TARDIS, and as we're getting to the next floor, you know how usually in the TARDIS you end up bouncing all over the place?
Yeah.
That's what he does. He goes, oh, whoa, whoa.
Oh my God, you have him trained.
So funny. But let me just say this. So with the TARDIS, it looks like no human being could figure out how to operate that.
Uh-huh.
So
Yeah,
I feel like you
just
would
Time
need
Lords.
also Doctor Who in there with you.
It's fine.
And if you had Doctor Who, there's no guarantee that you would come out of this alive because it seems like at
That's
least
true.
20% of his companions end up stuck back in time or somehow irreparably
Dead.
scarred.
Yes.
But maybe it's worth it because it's an amazing adventure.
They all seem to think so. They're all on board.
Yeah, except the ones that hate him.
Can I pick my doctor? I don't want the new
Yes,
grumpy
yes.
doctor.
I
I
love
want
that
David
guy.
Tennant
Of course you do.
or Matt Smith.
Yeah,
whatever.
he seems the most caring. I think David Tennant.
Yes, I agree.
But well, actually, he kind of discarded a couple of women back there. But anyways, so I just because of those things that I just said, I think I would rather have the DeLorean, and it would be the one that has Mr. Fusion in it that you can just stick garbage inside, and it powers it up. You just punch in your date, make sure you have enough road to get up to 88, and punch it.
So with that one, you can go either back in time or obviously to the future.
Yeah.
So, but you can't travel to other places.
No,
You're
you
stuck on
can't.
Earth.
That's true. Yeah. That's true.
Saying. That's a limitation.
It's true. You're right. Okay, well, let me go to my number 5. So ever since I saw Return of the Jedi, I wanted a speeder bike that, goes through the Endor forest.
Yes, which actually is not that far from you.
I know, the actual place, huh? It's like Sequoia Redwoods.
Yeah.
And I also thought, it would be awesome to have an X-Wing fighter or another iconic vehicle like a Voltron Lion or a Robo. I loved Robotech, the Veritech fighters that could change into either an airplane, a robot, or a half robot, half airplane.
Nice.
But
nice.
if I'm, thinking, in the real world, I wouldn't really know how to fly those, and as soon as somebody saw me, I might get shot down or something. Even with the speeder bike, I don't really know how it, like what kind of fuel it takes or how to maintain it, but I figure I might at least get a few good rides out of it without killing myself.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So,
you would.
yeah,
You would.
it would be
You'd have to
fucking
be
awesome.
careful, though. I would recommend, going in a not forested area first.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to replicate that scene so much because I would be playing the part of one of the stormtroopers that smashes into a tree trunk.
What a way to go, man.
Yeah, I would go to the Utah Salt Flats where there's nothing around to run into.
It's a wise choice.
Yeah. All right, your turn.
All right, my turn. So, in a lot of different movies and in fairy tales, certainly, there is a magic mirror. Now, would I want a magic mirror? Hell yeah. The one I want in particular is from Shrek. You've seen Shrek, right?
I don't remember though very well. It's been a while.
The magic mirror is great. He's sassy and he's fabulous. And who wouldn't want to have a mirror that gave me all the answers? Basically, the magic mirror gives you all the answers.
That's
Especially,
awesome.
Yeah, and often it's the answers that like they craft them to be like the answers you want to hear. So yeah, it was the fairest of them all. Well, you are, duh. So yeah, magic mirror.
Because that's the first question that comes to mind. So you definitely want a magic mirror that's nice.
Right. Oh, this question again, Karen. You're still the fairest of them all. Come on.
It's not Jennifer Connelly. No.
No.
Okay. Speaking of Jennifer Connelly, she's my number 4. No, I'm just kidding. My number 4 is a lightsaber. Another object from Star Wars.
Yes.
Which I don't know what I would do with, but the little heart of a child that still rests within me, it's just like, if I saw one of those, my endorphins would just kick in. I would love it, and you'd have to be super careful with it because things are dangerous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
David and I this morning we were talking about what would it be like to actually have a lightsaber. You'd be like, you couldn't use it around the house. Here, let me open that potato chip bag for you. Dad.
But you could be a good lumberjack.
You could, certainly. And you can also like hang around the Tenderloin and hope somebody tries to mug you.
Yeah, or if anybody ever intruded in your house, they'd be fucked.
Oh, sorry. He's
That'd
about
be
10 different
hilarious.
pieces now. I think it would too.
When he comes in.
And then I was telling David, I'm like, well, wouldn't somebody with a gun, wouldn't they be able to kill you? And he's like, no, the lightsaber, you're right. You can totally block it.
Oh, you know what? I totally didn't think of this, but I'm adding it to my list anyway. I don't care. It's a top 6, but the Force. I want the Force. Because you need the Force to block bullets, but also it'd just be freaking awesome to be able to lift stones and
get into bars.
Yeah, and make people
get out of speeding tickets.
Dull-minded people do what you want. I was not going that fast. Oh, you weren't going that fast.
You do not want to give out that speeding ticket.
You'd like to give me your phone number. I'd like to give you my phone number.
The Force would be really good. You're right. That would be the ultimate, having the Force.
Yeah. I guess as you can see, I might lean towards the dark side.
Well, like father, like son. So the great thing about having the Force while you have a lightsaber is that you can, as like a party trick, you can be like, "Hey, let me show you my lightsaber," and then you can just like stick your arm out, and the lightsaber will magically come to your hand because that's what happens when you use the Force.
And if it doesn't work for some reason, then sometimes it can be unreliable. Then you just said, "Hey, let me show you my lightsaber" at a party. And nothing happened.
Yeah.
All right, your turn.
All right, my next one. This is from one of my very favorite shows. Is as you probably know because I say it all the time. Is Star Trek: The Next Generation. There's three things. Three things I want from Star Trek: The Next Generation that I would love to have. 3 things, and I'll tell you who wins. I want a replicator.
Oh yeah, totally, dude.
I want a transporter, and I want a holodeck. And so,
dude, I can't believe I didn't think of those.
Yeah, those are all good, right?
Yes.
And I want Data, and I feel like Data's not a person. Data's more like a thing.
Yeah, you can choose anything, though. It's okay.
Yeah, I tried to stay away from like people and animals because I thought, well, I don't want to objectify anybody. But really, honestly, one of my favorite episodes is all about how Data is really a sentient being. He's not a machine. So scratch Data off that.
I mean, if he doesn't have his emotion chip in, then he's more of a robot.
Right. Even without it, he's such a good friend.
You're right. Yeah.
He's a good friend to Geordi. So the holodeck wins. And here's why. It'd be just great to have a holodeck in one of my, like in our office. Have a holodeck, go into the holodeck and then take a Hawaiian vacation anytime you want.
Yes, absolutely. You
Right?
can do it. I mean, the only thing about that is you would just forsake your life potentially.
Yeah,
It's
that's
like,
probably true. How are you going to leave the holodeck?
yeah, like even with technology the way it is right now in some countries, like in South Korea, sometimes the kids just stay there playing video games all for 3 days and then they die of starvation sometimes.
What?
Yeah, that's happened.
That's crazy.
It's crazy. Yeah. Or I don't know if it's starvation, but they die of exhaustion or something. Anyways, it's really sad that I mentioned that. But I would love to have that. And this PlayStation VR we're heading in that direction.
Oh, yeah. You know what? You're absolutely right. Maybe I don't want the holodeck, but I certainly want the replicator.
I think I think you could manage it. You could handle yourself. And if you had a replicator, you wouldn't need to leave. You could just buzz up some peanut butter nom noms.
Right. You're all set. Got your Casper mattress. You're set.
All right. My number 3. This is cheating a little bit because it's from a video game, but a portal gun.
Oh.
These are objects that, I could pick objects that are more powerful, but I've just fallen in love with certain objects.
Uh-huh.
And this portal gun, the way it looks, but it's just, if you don't know how it works, you have a gun that shoots 2 different colors of portals. Usually it's orange and blue. So you shoot a blue portal on a wall and then you shoot an orange portal somewhere else. And then when you walk through one, you come out the other.
Oh, that's
So
cool.
It's just fun. And there's also, just to make the game work right, they made this thing where the character has what's called long fall boots on so that no matter how far you fall, you don't die. So
Those are handy.
I want to pair those two. And the description of the game, the boots say, the long fall boot is a boot used by Aperture Science to prevent test subjects from inadvertently damaging the portal device while falling to their death.
That's hilarious.
That's the sense of humor of that game, by the way. That's why it's my favorite game in the world.
It's so great. Right. Yeah. Screw the subjects. You're right.
Yeah.
Long fall boots would be really cool.
That'd be good. Useful.
Yeah. Sure. And a neat party trick again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right, everybody, watch.
Here I go.
Okay. My next one is it's from a book originally, but it was made into a television show and a movie. I would like a babblefish.
Mm-hmm.
I would like a babblefish that I could put in my head. So a babblefish is a little fish. It's from The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. And you put it in your ear hole. And the babblefish is a universal translator. So it immediately tells you what anybody's saying at any time. And you can understand every single language in the entire world. Mm-hmm. And I think it's so cool. And you can also speak too. Like if the other person has a babblefish, sorry, you speak in English or whatever language, and the other person with a babblefish understands you. So if everybody had babblefishes, we could all understand each other all the time. It would be kind of cool.
In that book, the protagonist, Arthur Dent, wakes up and there's bulldozers outside of his house getting ready to clear his house out because he didn't see the government paper saying they needed to clear it out for something. And then an alien fleet invades and they're about to destroy the Earth to clear it for a hyperspace bypass.
Yes. Yes. And what's the one thing he was advised to bring with him, the one object?
His towel.
Yes. That is the most handy item of all.
Right.
And by the way, as it turns out, I think it was dolphins are our real overlords. We didn't even know it.
And the Hitchhiker's Guide is a device that connects to this network that has detailed information on all the alien races and planets and different things in the galaxy. And the entry for Earth says mostly harmless. Yeah, I love those books.
They're great.
I don't know if you and I ever talked about that.
I don't think so.
But what'd you think of the movie? It was all right, right?
The one with Martin
Freeman.
Freeman. Yeah, I loved it actually.
Yeah, it's good. And it had I think it was Zooey Deschanel was the girl.
Right. Whose name I can't remember.
Trillion.
Oh, good. You're good.
Yeah.
Yep.
I used to love those.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome.
Okay.
42, the answer to life, universe, and everything.
Rest in peace, Douglas Adams.
Yep.
Okay, my number 2. Now, here's where I'm like, okay, if I'm going to have these frivolous, impractical things, then I better pick a couple that are really going to do me some good. So I need your help on deciding for number 2, because I have 2 choices. One is the Green Lantern ring.
Uh-huh.
And 2 is the suit from Greatest American Hero.
Oh.
So I'll just describe them both. So the Green Lantern ring, you put it on your finger, and then you get all these powers, energy projection, like blasts, a force field around yourself, energy constructs. So you can pretty much just make anything you can imagine appear, only it's formed out of this green energy. So you could make a desk, a weapon, a car, whatever you want, a big giant fist to punch somebody with.
Yeah.
You can fly, and you can fly out into space, go to other planets, and it also has a translator, so you can understand any language.
Oh.
The cons are it relies on your willpower, and some of the writers have made that really important, so that even when Batman put one on, he could barely use it. So, like Hal Jordan was specifically chosen because he had the most willpower and resistance to fear. It also needs to be recharged. You stick your hand in the battery and recharge it, like the lantern. And it might obligate you to become a member of a spacefaring peacekeeping force called the Green Lantern Corps.
Yeah.
So that could be a bit of a pain in the butt. So
really, I have to be a member of your corps?
Yeah. Can I just have the ring and recharge it? And then the other one, the suit from Greatest American Hero. So for people who don't know, Greatest American Hero was like the best TV show ever from the 80s.
Look at you. That's so cute.
I love that show because not only is it a fun like superhero fantasy, but it's the mood of the show was so, I don't know, like easygoing and mirthful and funny, and I don't know, it just had this great vibe to it.
Yeah. It's great. It even had a great theme song.
Yes. Believe it or not. Oh yeah, you've sung that on this podcast before.
On air. Yes, I have. Many times.
So here, this suit is amazing. You can fly, you're invulnerable, you can be invisible, you can tell the future, ESP, telekinesis, X-ray vision, super speed, pyrokinesis.
Ooh.
You can see through walls or see current events from vibes on objects and clothing.
Oh, cool.
Shrink. You can detect the supernatural. So that's all amazing. The cons are that you have to wear a ridiculous red suit. And the powers are really hard to get the hang of, especially if you lose the instruction book.
Yeah, he flailed. Okay. And I'm picking?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah. Which one should I take?
Greatest American Hero
Yeah,
suit.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
Mostly because I don't want to join the Green Lantern Corps.
No, of course you don't.
But you know what? If I didn't have to join the Green Lantern Corps and I knew I could charge the ring up and that I could actually use it if I had the willpower or whatever it takes, I would pick that. Because
you can't use it.
I don't want to go wear a funny red suit. I just want to put a ring on.
What's wrong with a superhero costume?
They're dorky.
They are all.
That's exactly what he always thought.
Across the board, they're always dorky. Did he think that too?
Yeah, he hated it. He didn't ever want to put it on. And when he used to fly, it would be more like somebody threw him. He'd be like, oh!
Yeah, that I remember.
Every time after I watched that, every time I flew in my dreams, it was like that.
Oh, it ruined flying dreams for you.
Kind of. It was still fun, though.
Well.
Anyway. All right, so I guess I'll wear the red suit. Thanks.
It just seems like you'll have more free time that way.
Yeah, true. I won't be very discreet, but Maybe I can just wear it under my regular clothes.
All right, now, so I'm going to let you pick my number one.
Okay.
So I'm going to give you, it's a multiple choice quiz, and I'm going to let you choose. Actually, I'm going to quiz you and ask you which one did I pick.
Okay.
So my number one is a home. Dun, dun, dun. I have a home. It's a perfectly lovely home. But I love house hunters, and I love the thought of living in a really cool house. I just dream about that all the time. I dream about living in a tree house. I dream about living in, some really cool Frank Lloyd Wright house. There's a castle. I mean, there's a multitude. So I have 4 houses for you. 1, Mrs. Doubtfire's house in Pacific Heights in San Francisco. It's not even the house so much. The house wasn't even that special, although the house is pretty cool. In real life, I think it's even cooler than in the movie Mrs. Doubtfire. I just like the thought that living in San Francisco, it's such a great city, and it would be fun to have a second house there.
I picked that one because then we'd be closer.
Right, exactly. It would be so much easier to do our podcast. So that's 1. 2, Downton Abbey. Dun, dun, dun. And I told this to David, and David was like, you'd have to take all the servants.
Yes.
You can't
That's
maintain
my
that
first
by yourself.
thought,
And I
yeah.
said, screw the servants. The servants are always up in your business. So it's just going to be you, me, and the cat in Downton Abbey. He's
God.
like,
It's going to be
all
dusty
right.
in there.
Right. We'll have great parties, though. Imagine. And third and final is the house in Godfather Part 2, the one that's in Lake Tahoe, right on the lake. It's called Fleur de Lac in real life. It's an actual place, but I guess that it's not a house. It's so much as it is a resort at this point. So, okay, 3 places: San Francisco, England, the Downton Abbey house, or the Lake Tahoe house in Godfather Part 2.
I never saw Godfather Part 2, but I think you picked that one.
I did. I love Lake Tahoe. And that seemed the most manageable. But
Yeah.
runner-up is Pacific Heights, because I'd be in San Francisco.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I mean, yeah, you really, I don't really want a giant house because of the maintenance, and I don't know. I guess another 2 or 3 rooms would be cool. Like just to have a room dedicated to podcasting would be awesome, and then have enough room for guests and stuff.
Yep.
And then maybe a pool room and a drawing room. No, I'm just kidding.
A library.
A library.
An indoor
servants'
pool.
quarters. But that's it.
Well, if I could just have it for a weekend, I would totally pick the Downton Abbey castle.
Yeah,
Because
that'd be
then,
amazing.
you import your friends and you have a big blowout party. And it's so great. I'd invite all the listeners.
I mean,
they all fit.
There's a part of me that definitely I appreciate living simply, and especially for myself. And also I feel like it's kind of way ostentatious to live that way, and a waste of resources. But then when I go, like I went to the Biltmore State in North Carolina, and I was like, wow, this is so cool.
It's pretty cool.
All right, my turn.
Yep.
Okay, my number 1. There was an old TV show I saw as a kid. It wasn't a show, it was a TV movie based on a book. It was called The Girl, the Gold Watch, and Everything.
Huh. Never heard of it.
It starred Pam Dauber, who was Mindy
Mork and
in Mork and Mindy, and Robert Hayes. And it was about this guy who gets this pocket watch bequeathed to him from his uncle, and he figures out eventually that it has this power where if you stop the watch, then time stops.
Cool.
And you're just standing there, and everything else, it's kind of the way they did it in the show. Everything was kind of red, had this red tinge to it. But everything is frozen. And so you can go up, and the movie seemed like it was written by a 15-year-old boy, because they'd go up to these girls playing volleyball in skimpy bikinis, and they would just untie the bikinis in the back and then start time again, and they would fall off.
Oh my God.
And
really?
But the effect that has to the people who aren't in this time limbo or whatever, it's instantaneous. So you could take somebody and move them or turn them around, and to them it would just be like, oh, how did I get here?
Yeah.
Or you can, I mean, my first thought is, wow, I can catch up on all my reading, or if electronics worked, which I don't know if they would, you could do all kinds of stuff on your computer. You just have so much more time to do
you-
the stuff you wanted to do.
But do you age at the same rate?
I'm going to say no. Because if you did and you used it way too much, then suddenly your friends would be like, man, you're looking old.
Right, exactly. What's that? Crap. What's that Heinlein book that has it? Probably all the listeners right now are screaming out the name of the Heinlein
I don't
book.
know. I don't
There's a
know.
great Heinlein book that has a substance called Tempus Fugit. That's kind of the same deal. It's a drug that you take that stops time, but people
You
get
age. Yeah.
people get addicted to it, and they turn into old people within minutes of looking at them,
Well-
because they've been enjoying this whole Tempus Fugit life.
Wow. Well, you know what? Even if you did age, I would still want it because I would, have to use it very judiciously, but I would probably go to a casino and just win all their money. Or
Yes.
you could do good things with it too.
Yeah, okay, you could, but how many of us would use it to rob a bank or whatever?
I don't know about robbing a bank, but casino seems a little less evil to me. Because a bank has people's money in it. I mean, I guess it's all insured, but yeah, a casino, I'm like, they don't need all that money. But I always thought that was so cool, and I always fantasized about having that watch. That's my number one.
Yeah. By the way, The Puppet Masters. That's the name of the book.
The Heinlein.
The Heinlein
Sounds
book. Yeah,
pretty good.
it's great.
All right. Do you have any honorable mentions?
I don't. Those were the
Okay.
ones.
I do.
Do it, man.
So Aladdin's Magic Carpet.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
Give your friend some rides. Wilson the volleyball from Castaway.
Really?
Well, it's an honorable mention.
You can make one.
Oh
Just
yeah.
saying.
You have to cut your hand.
No, you could stick it in some red paint.
Oh, okay. Good. The ruby slippers from Wizard of Oz.
Oh yeah.
You can always go home.
Yeah. Oh, that's nice. Click your heels.
Harry Potter's wand.
Ooh, yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah. You'd have
Good
to
one.
go to wizarding school
I would do that.
to learn to use it.
I would totally do that.
I like that. That was your first answer. I'm there.
Yep.
The briefcase in Pulp Fiction is a
Yes.
maybe. We don't really know what's in there.
We do know what's in there.
Somebody's soul.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I want it.
And it's more beautiful than they even thought. It's so great whenever they open up that briefcase
they're like,
and
"Oh my
it glows. Yeah. Yeah.
Gold. Would you want a dragon from Game of Thrones?
Oh, that's funny. That's what I said to David too. I'm like, I want a dragon, but I want to be a Targaryen so I can ride it.
Yeah. That would
only
draw a lot
Targaryens
of
can ride it.
attention. It could
It
cause
would
trouble.
be a little showy, and then there's the care and maintenance of your dragon, which can be problematic for neighborhood dogs and cats.
It sounds like you're describing a Jaguar or something, or a BMW. It's a little showy. What else? The red pill in the Matrix,
Oh, not the blue pill.
not the blue pill. Aladdin's lamp.
Oh yeah, can you
wishes.
wish for
You wish
other
for
wishes?
any of this other stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Lightsaber.
pretty good.
Things I would not want. The One Ring.
I thought about that too, because then it'd be like, fuck. Now I have to go to Mordor.
Yeah, it just
Mordor.
weighs on your soul, and
Yeah.
it lets Sauron find you, and
Oh God.
kind of saps away your life force.
Throw it in the volcano, man.
And being invisible is kind of overrated, I think. Anyway,
Yeah, sounds lonely.
and when you really think about it, what would you do? Like, people say I would take free plane rides, but those planes are cramped. You're not going to be able to
Find an
Yeah.
out of the way place where somebody's not going to
Yeah.
bump into you.
and go, What's
What
this?
the fuck is this?
Somebody's in my seat.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. I never if it's between flying and being invisible, I always pick flying.
Yeah. The Necronomicon, I would not want that.
No. No.
From Evil Dead. The videotape from The Ring.
No.
Don't want that. Chucky the doll.
Oh God.
And a zombie.
Aw. Wouldn't you chain it to your
no.
basement?
And play video
Play
games.
video
with it.
games with it? Yeah.
All right. A bunch of you guys wrote in and you had some great responses, and I'm going to read them all. So here we go. Des Combs said, a regular lightsaber. Pretty sure I just hurt myself with Darth Maul's.
The two-sided one.
Yeah. A time-traveling hot tub.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. It's dangerous to drive at 88 miles per hour. No, it isn't. I guess it depends on where you are. A Kryptonian crystal shard so I can just throw it into the snow and instant fort.
Ooh.
Sean's record collection before the zombie apocalypse, because I got rid of all mine when we thought we wouldn't be able to make digital copies.
Oh.
And the General Lee, so I could piss half the people I know off and then paint over the Confederate flag and piss the rest of the people I know off.
That's funny.
You could jump over stuff and say, yeehaw!
Yeehaw.
Mallory 6 says, gets you ready for the day conveyor belt like they had on the Jetsons.
Oh my God, I think about that all the time.
Showers you, brushes your teeth, dresses you, fixes your hair and nails.
Yes. I think about that all the time.
It's hilarious. Thad Petit says, a time-traveling DeLorean.
Yeah.
Pretty sure that's all I'd need. A lot of people said that. Vinny Gomez, a time-traveling DeLorean, a lightsaber, an Iron Man suit.
Oh, an Iron Man suit.
A transforming yellow Camaro, a.k.a. Bumblebee. That's Transformers. And Falcor, the dog-faced dragon from the Never-Ending Story. Yeah! Never-Ending Story. Jeff Rose says Star Trek Enterprise.
Oh, yeah. Just the whole thing.
Right. And I've thought about that, too. I want the Death Star. Then I'd have everything in it. Lots of droids and evil Imperials. Lightsaber, DeLorean, dragon, and Matrix knowledge loader, or whatever that thing is called, so I can learn anything immediately.
Oh, yeah.
You know that, where they just jack it into your head and suddenly you know Kung Fu? I would love that.
Basically a hard drive, right?
Well, your brain is the hard drive. I think it's just like an interface with your brain.
Okay.
So you plug it into the back of your head and then some knowledge gets uploaded. So if you wanted to read a book, you just go chunk and then you read the book. You don't like it?
Yeah, I like that, but I actually like reading. I like the process of reading.
You could do it for things you don't want to.
Yeah, that's what I could get all kinds of a whole medical journal, that'd be really handy actually.
You could watch all of Orange is the New Black in 10 seconds. Okay. Jody Gonzalez Schneider says, duh, a real hoverboard, like Back to the Future.
Oh, yeah.
How awesome would that be to have
Pretty
a pit bull? LOL. Pit bull, is that what it's called? Matt Whitehurst has 5. He says Millennium Falcon, the Cloak of Invisibility from Harry Potter, the One Ring to rule them all. Matt, are you sure about that? Jon Snow's sword? I guess he meant sword.
Yes.
Batmobile from Batman.
Oh, the Batmobile. My mom used to have a 1955 Plymouth Fury that looked just like the Batmobile.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. Although it was a source of great embarrassment to me later on when
that show came out.
Yeah, and I'm like, oh, can't we just have a sedan, a Honda Accord, just like everyone else?
I know, that's funny. We had this like Ford Torino, and it was big and red, and I used to tell my mom to drop me off a couple blocks away from school.
Yeah,
and now I wouldn't give a shit. So,
God, kids suck.